So we got the tour this year. We're not on the bus. We're virtual. We're taking Mr. Barnett's car down to Detroit this year.
Hey, Reg.
How you doing, David?
Doing all right, man. So we made this little trek down to Detroit, a little different from last year.
Absolutely.
What do you think, man? How do you think it went?
It went very well. We got a chance to see a lot of places, got in and out of everything, and so I think it went well.
I don't know, man. It's a whole different experience. I hope it works, but at any rate, thanks for helping with everything, and I know you got a lot of Detroit fun facts lined up for the audio, so we'll get it done and have hopefully a delightful experience for the students.
Hope students enjoy it.
All right, Reg, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tarver.
So we're starting our virtual video tour, and right now we're headed south on Woodward Avenue into Detroit, going over the famous 8 Mile Road. And 8 Mile Road is significant because
of the video 8 Mile Road, the movie, and then also it distinguishes the beginning of Detroit and the ending of Oakland County.
Yep, we were just coming out of Ferndale and going into Detroit, so we're showing the map there of the whole city of Detroit as we're traversing, going in. We're going in.
As we're going down, going past Palmer Woods Park right now.
Okay, on the right there?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're coming up on our first landmark.
Yes, we're coming up on our first landmark.
There we go. So what's the significance of this?
The first landmark is the first in the United States of concrete laid roads.
First mile of road, paved first concrete road in the country, Woodward Avenue. And now we're in.
That's why it's also known as Woodward Avenue M1. This is the first highway in Michigan.
And now we're in Highland Park, that's totally enclosed city. We can talk about that in a minute, but we're coming up to our second landmark here on the left.
Yes, on the left, we're going to the Model T plant, Ford Model plant.
So Henry Ford's first mass production vehicle, the Ford Model T, was produced in this building. And there's a landmark there, historical marker that talks about it. Still sitting there in Highland Park, Michigan. What's the significance of Highland Park, Reggie?
Well, Highland Park, as you talk, is one of the two cities that have been in the boundaries of the city of Detroit. You have Highland Park and Emmett, which we'll also visit later in our trip.
So Highland Park is completely encircled by Detroit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Those locations were made possible because of the Home Rule Law back in 1909. To establish the city, people in that city got to make the decision if they ever wanted to be taken over by another city.
All right. Now there's the original General Motors building there on the left. We're back in Detroit now. On
Grand Avenue.
Grand Boulevard, yeah. And on the right, what's that on the right?
On the right is the hotel and also Fisher Theater.
Oh, the Fisher building.
Right.
Up ahead on the right.
And it's the St. Regis Hotel.
St. Regis, okay. And General Motors on the left, the famous towers, General Motors Towers, original. No longer, it's called Cadillac Place now. It
houses the state of Michigan locations.
Okay, a lot of state of Michigan offices.
Right.
Okay. So we're heading up Grand Boulevard, and we're headed to another real landmark, probably the people's favorite landmark in Detroit, one of the favorites. But you know, one of the things that I think we both notice here riding along is that, man, this place has really improved over the last few years.
Absolutely. Some of the buildings went by were new apartment buildings and condos.
Yeah, a lot of development in this area. Is this a legal turn, Reg? Did you get ready to do?
It's not legal, but we had to.
The students shouldn't try this themselves.
No. Shouldn't be tried by amateurs.
You gotta be a veteran.
All right, about to come up to
Motown. The original Motown. The location of Hitsville, USA. So they can pause if they want, and students can pause and read these signs and learn a little bit about Motown. But big deal.
Yes. As we leave Motown, I want to have one thing. Detroit is known for two startups of Motown and techno sound.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a big techno festival every year, right?
Absolutely. As we're heading out, on the left and right, all the part of the Henry hospital system. As the name would indicate, the Henry hospital system was started by Henry Ford. He brought Lex doctors and Hopkins. Funded the start of the Henry Ford Hospital.
Okay. Now we're still in Midtown. We're coming up on probably the granddaddy of all the co-working spots, business incubators in Detroit, called Tech Town, Detroit. And there are a lot of people here who are starting up businesses, whether they're tech businesses or not, but there are a lot of resources. Tech Town is associated with Wayne State University, and a lot of entrepreneurial activity there over the last 10 to 15 years.
Yep, as we leave Tech Town, as you can see another Ford hospital system. We're also come up on a new facility that was built by Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons training facility is also used by Wayne State for basketball games. And there's a GT started by Detroit Pistons.
There it is. That was just finished.
Yes, it was.
You might want to speak up a little bit or get a little closer to the mic, Reg, because have a little bit of trouble hearing you sometimes.
Okay, I apologize.
Here's my favorite diner on the left.
Right, diners on the left, on the inside, going into Wayne State buildings on your right of Wayne State buildings.
Wayne State University. Class 1 research university in the heart of Detroit, and one of the members of the University Research Corridor. University of Michigan, Michigan State, and Wayne State University. That's where we are.
Just picture Wayne State. And we turn now going away from Wayne State, left towards the Museum. And on your right is going to be Detroit Library, main library.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of those apartments right there on the left, but we were commenting that those look like they were designed in the same motif as the GM building.
They absolutely are.
So on the left is the Detroit Institute of Arts, and on the right, the Detroit Public Library, right?
Correct.
And a big Wayne State building coming up on the right.
You guys may notice also as we're driving, you'll be on your right-hand side, you see railroad tracks. It looks like railroad tracks. Those are the rails for the Q line. Q line runs right down Woodward Avenue. It's a 3.3 mile rail system up and down Woodward Avenue.
I don't think we saw a single Q-line car the whole time we were riding around.
With the pandemic, they're temporarily closed, Dave.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then, because I didn't remember seeing one. So now we're still in Midtown, but we're stopping at the Shinola store, and we're going to have a little presentation from Renetta Andre, who is one of the managers at Shinola, to tell us about the Shinola business. Basically, this outfit really brought a lot of acclaim to Detroit, you know, making these watches and other items that are really kind of publicize Detroit, publicize the comeback. A lot of people wear the watches, you know, just kind of in solidarity with the city.
Hello, my name is Renetta Andre. I'm a Shinola employee. I'm one of the store managers here at the Canfield location, which is our flagship location. Our store was opened in 2013. The very first store, we only started with 1,000 square feet, which is a very small space. And then we expanded every year since then. We started with watches and bicycles in the beginning, and then we evolved into jewelry, leather goods, and all different kinds of things that will make your house and your home and everything look beautiful. We now have audio equipment also, so turntables and speakers and headphones and ear sets, and we would love for you guys to come down and check us out and have an experience here with us here at the Shinola store on Cass at Canfield.
I don't know about those turntables, man. They're pretty expensive. Oh, there's Wayne State on the right. Wayne State Business School.
Yes, School of Business. Mike Gillich School of Business.
And then there's your favorite spot.
Yep, it's next to the Little Caesars Arena, which is also owned by the Illich family.
The house that pizza built.
I will tell you, pizza is a staple in Detroit. Detroit is one of the major consumers. Detroit people are one of the major consumers of pizza. And also, pizza as industry is huge. Two of the top 3 pizza companies are in Southeast Michigan, Domino's and Little Caesars. And 4 out of the top 15 pizza companies, when you add Jets and Hungry Howie's, top 15 pizza companies in the world, in the United States.
We just passed the famous Fox Theater.
Mm-hmm. Across from the Fox Theater on our left-hand side, we don't see, but there is Comerica Park, the home of the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tiger Stadium, but that is no more.
Right. And for your information, folks, Comerica used to be a bank that was housed in Detroit. We now moved to Dallas, Texas. That's where the name Comerica Park comes from.
Okay, so we're still headed straight down Woodward toward downtown. You're seeing it's getting more dense, more tall buildings. So we're headed to the heart of the city.
Hello, my name is Julia Kortberg, and I took David Tarver's Urban Entrepreneurship course in 2016, which is when I graduated. I currently am the director of programs for an organization called Venture for America, and I live in Detroit and have been here the last almost 5 years since graduating U-M. David asked me to talk a little bit about my experience living and working in Detroit and what it's like to be a part of the entrepreneurship ecosystem there. So I think a great place to start is my job. So taking a step back, Venture for America is a nonprofit organization that takes top talent across the country and places them in startups in cities with emerging startup ecosystems. So we have 14 cities, one of which is Detroit. So the fellows spend 2 years working for their startup company, learning about entrepreneurship, working with their founders, and growing the business. I was a Venture for America fellow, so when I graduated U-M, I went ahead and did the fellowship in Detroit and worked for a couple different startups there. And then I've been a part of the Venture for America team for the last 2 years. So my role as director of programs is to run our entrepreneurship programs. So I run our training camp program, which is a startup boot camp, a month-long startup boot camp for our incoming class of fellows. It takes place typically at Wayne State, this year virtually. And during that camp, the fellows learn all of the hard and soft skills that we think are really important to have before going to work at a startup. It's a challenge-based learning program, so fellows have the opportunity to apply the practical skills that they're learning to actually have an impact. So, for example, one of my favorite challenges we have is the website challenge, where this past year we actually brought 45 minority-owned small businesses online who previously didn't have a website presence. So I run our training camp program. I run our Redux program, which is a professional development program for our year one fellows, where they grow their management and leadership skills. I also, support our accelerator program, which is a 4-month-long accelerator for our Venture for America founders. And so when I sort of think back of, 2016 urban entrepreneurship course to where we are today, it's really, it's interesting to reflect back. Like, I remember in our course, that was when the founders of Bamboo, which is a co-working space, very like a community-based co-working space for startups, they came and visited us. And it was when kind of they were first getting their, Bamboo started. And now that's actually where Venture for America is based. And, Bamboo has since expanded to Royal Oak and has a few floors. And then I reflect back on businesses like April's Good Cakes and Bakes, which was introduced to us in 2016. And, April is still in business in Livernois. And if you haven't had her gooey pies, those are out of this world. I recommend you try them. So what I'm trying to say is I'm happy to say that the businesses that we were introduced to in Urban Entrepreneurship course are still around today, especially in the world that we have. But it's such a community. Like, when I think about the startup ecosystem that I'm part of, it's very community oriented. Everybody wants to support and help each other. It's very close knit. You're 1 to 2 people away from anybody in the community. And the entrepreneurs here are very kind and very ambitious, and it's really a special place to be. Thank you.
All right, almost stepped on Julia's remarks there, but she was in the first urban entrepreneurship cohort that we had, Reg, back in 2016. I know you remember that.
Yes, I do. Very nice person, by the way.
Yeah, and she's right down here. This is the area where Venture for America operates, so that's why we had her come in and talk at this point. So we just circled.
Now we're going back to Detroit. One of the things you guys may notice is looks like a rail. It's above ground as we go through some of these pictures. That is the people mover. About a 3-mile rail that's above ground that circles around the heart of the city of Detroit.
So we'll have to point it out when we come up to it again. I was just talking over it when we passed it just now. So we're headed. We circled around. We're going back into downtown. We never really left downtown. We're just kind of circling around. There's the Avalon Bakery on the right. Our good friend Jackie Victor runs that, and really outstanding bakery, nice fresh pastries, all the stuff that helps you put the pounds on.
places I love.
I kind of like them too.
Really back down in the heart of Detroit now. I think we're still back on Woodward again.
Yeah, we're coming to Campus Martius again.
Yep.
Oh, here's a famous landmark.
Landmark that we're approaching now is a place that's debated in Detroit. It's the American Coney Island. Right behind American Coney Island is Lafayette Coney Island. So it's a real entrepreneur that started the American Coney Island back in 1917. Fellow moved from Greece to Detroit, hoping to find an automotive job. Instead, he started a hot dog stand where they made Coney Islands. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Coney Islands, but Coney Islands is basically a hot dog on a bun with a chili, onions, and mustard. Started in 1917, still family owned. Right behind him is Lafayette Coney Island. He brought his brother over to help him with American Coney Island. His brother started his own Coney Island for some reason. About 7 years later, 1924, he sold it, but 1917, they just showed their 100th anniversary, and his great-granddaughter owns the building, owns the location still.
Hello, my name is Karen Burton. I am co-founder and CEO of Space Lab Detroit. We're a shared office, co-working and meeting space community here in downtown Detroit, and we also operate another location in Northwest Detroit on 7 Mile. We are a community of urban innovators creating smart solutions for our neighbors and our city. We have quite a few of our members are in the built environment space. So we have many members who are architects, real estate developers, contractors, and people who are working to make the community a better place to live, work, and play, and work.
I'm proud of that young lady. She's doing a great job down here in Detroit with Space Lab, right in this neighborhood. Uh-oh, where are we at now, Reg?
We're on Jefferson. We're headed towards what it used to be Cobo Hall. It's now TGF facility. It's the largest convention center in the city of Detroit. We're right on Jefferson, running right to it.
This is the home of the North American International Auto Show, whenever they have it again.
I think it's going to be next summer.
I think I just saw they pushed it to the fall.
Oh, okay.
But we used to come over here every year to Cobo Hall for the auto show and look around, and they didn't have it this year due to COVID.
Absolutely. There you can see the rail, the
people moving.
Going across the road.
Yeah.
Above you. On your left-hand side, we're going to come up on one of the landmarks of the city. It's the Joe Louis Fist that points towards
There it is, right there, on the left.
There you go.
Boom.
On your right.
Yep. What we got?
Go ahead, David.
No, you go ahead, man.
On the right is the Rinsen Center, and it's the home of the General Motors building. We saw the old General Motors on Grand, and now the new one is sits right here at the heart of Detroit, right on the river. The Rinsen Center, General Motors headquarters.
General Motors wasn't an original tenant in there, were they?
No, original tenant was Ford, actually.
Was it?
Yep, this was not Ford's headquarters, but Ford had a location in there as an automotive representative, and then there were other people in there. General Motors came and bought all of the facility at one point in time and moved their headquarters down.
Did they move those from those towers on Grand Boulevard over here?
Right, and that's when the state took over that location and facilitated the move of General Motors down to the center of Detroit.
Is the Westin Hotel still in that building?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And also some of the lower towers was a move by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, and they have some of the lower towers down there. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, as they move from the suburbs into the city of Detroit.
That was a big client of your business, wasn't it?
Absolutely. We were the vendor of the year at one point in time.
So now we're headed east on Jefferson. I always think I'm going north, but it's really, I guess it's regarded as east.
Yes.
And now we're entering Belle Isle. What can you tell us about Belle Isle?
Belle Isle, we're going to go across the Belle Isle Bridge. Back in 1942, Belle Isle Bridge was the place that started the 1942 riots. One of the infamous things that happened in Detroit. Belle Isle is the largest island park in the nation. It's about 982 square acres. It's a huge park, and it's also the home of the Detroit Grand Prix. So there's a race that takes place on the island itself. Another victim of the coronavirus.
They didn't have the Grand Prix this year?
Pardon me?
They didn't have the Grand Prix this year?
No.
I've never been to that race. Every year I say I'm gonna go, but just have not gotten there.
Yeah. By the way, the park is still owned by the city of Detroit, but for the last, I'd say 4 to 5 years, been taken over for the running purposes, leased to the state of Michigan, a 30-year lease to the state of Michigan, and it's actually run and operated by the state of Michigan as a state park.
Was that part of the whole bankruptcy situation in Detroit that they made that move?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going back southwest, and you can see on the other side of the river, the Renaissance Center, General Motors building down there. We just came from there. We came up Jefferson. Now we're headed back toward that building on Belle Isle.
Correct. One of the things that is always a trivia question is Detroit River really a river? The actuality is it's a strait. It's a body of water that connects two larger bodies of water. That's a little trivia for you.
Connects Lake Huron with Lake Erie, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Oh, why they call it a river then?
You'd have to ask the Detroiters back at that time why they preferred the river over the Detroit Strait.
Huh.
We're just traveling around Belle Isle. As I spoke of before, Belle Isle is a huge park. There's a conservatory on the Belle Isle. There's an aquarium. There's a training facility and a driver's range for golfing. There used to be a 9-hole golf course, but I think they've closed that. There's a boat club. There's a yacht club. So a number of facilities, a number of things to do on Belle Isle. There's a building they call the casino. It's not used for gambling, but a lot of people enjoy the park over the year. And they have such things as picnics, weddings, and other facilities and activities in the park. And it's also a great walking park.
It's a great place to bike around. I know they didn't have it again this year, the Tour Detroit, but the Tour Detroit comes on to Belle Isle and goes around, and a lot of other parts of the city. But I keep saying I'm going to come back down, just bring my bike down to Belle Isle and ride around. I'm going to get to that one of these days.
We're finishing up our trip around the park still right now, around Belle Isle. One of the other things is where they house the Detroit mounted policemen. The horses are kept on Belle Isle. A lot of kids love to watch, see those, and get an opportunity to go visit and see horses close up, which you don't get in the urban environment very often.
Yeah. This place is a fabulous place. You know, in a city like this, it seems like it has a lot of development potential.
On your right-hand side is the yacht club.
Is that the boat club or the yacht club?
That was the yacht. I think we went by it pretty fast, but I think that was the yacht. The boat club is smaller, and I guess if you couldn't afford a yacht, you could afford a boat, and you got a little facility on the island too.
Okay, so we're headed off of the island, back over the bridge, headed back over to Jefferson. Now we're headed back west on Jefferson, and you're taking us into an area that I hadn't seen for a number of years, and I was really surprised by the amount of development over here.
Yes, as you get down right off the river on Jefferson, there's been a number of old warehouses that have been converted to condos and apartments. It's a real nice area. Got a lot of restaurants and eateries in that area also, and quite frankly, the condos and the apartments have started to creep up in cost.
This area looks really nice. It looks like you could be in Brooklyn or something over here. Doesn't even look
Absolutely.
like the rest of Detroit.
It reminds me a little bit of the warehouse district in Cleveland also.
There's another place I was saying I'm gonna have to bring the bike down and ride around on the Riverwalk down here and visit a lot of these spots.
Yes, as Dave spoke of, the Riverwalk. Right down the river, there's a lot of investment in building a walkway that goes from Belle Island, essentially goes from Belle Island all the way back to Cobo Arena. I forget how many miles that would be, but people enjoy that, having a chance to ride their bikes, come out and spend some time on the river. They've also built some other things, like the Department of Natural Resources has built a huge building that has demonstrations and a lot of things for the youth. I'm not sure, but there's also a huge amphitheater out here.
On the left there.
On the left, the Aretha Franklin, named after, recently changed to Aretha Franklin.
Okay, like a nice spot.
Now we're back in the city, heart of the city. I'm trying to see exactly where we are.
I think we're on Michigan Avenue now.
Oh, yes, we are. Going over to Michigan Avenue. I think we're headed towards the one of our other landmarks. It's going to be Detroit Central Station.
But before that, I think we're going to hit our lunch spot. Another landmark.
O's Barbecue.
Yeah. And don't go there if you're a vegan.
Also, you see on the right a bunch of new development. This area of town is called Corktown. This was the original area where Irish Catholics come into Detroit. Named as Cork County over in Ireland.
And this is where the original Tiger Stadium was, isn't it?
Absolutely. On Michigan and Trumbull, which has now been turned to a youth facility So they have youth baseball, and they also do outdoor concerts in that area now. Looks like we're still going down. Oh yeah, we're still going down Michigan Avenue at this time. You can see on the far left the old train station. We'll get a little closer to it. I think they stopped having trains in 1988 or 1989.
Okay.
You can take this one, David.
Well, we got the Slows barbecue, like we said. They got the good eating, and we've certainly had some good meals there.
Yes, we did. Now we're going to situate ourselves to take a look at the train station. As I told you, the train station stopped being operational in, I think, 1988, 1989 time frame. It was bought by Matty Maroon, and most recently, the Maroon family sold the train station to Ford. And Ford is moving a technical center down in Corktown. And I think when we covered this in class, I think there's going to bring in 2,400 jobs. Is that the correct number, Dave?
I don't know. Should be significant though, and it's driving a lot of development around Corktown. The fact that Ford is coming in here. This building has been an eyesore for years and years, and the fact that it's being redeveloped is a really positive thing. Matty Maroon recently died, didn't he?
Yes, Matty Maroon died. We're gonna cover another landmark that's still owned by the Maroon family, though. As we travel now, we're now entering to the Mexican town. Southwest part of Detroit. We're traveling through some of the streets of Mexican Town. A lot of good eats in Mexican Town.
Oh yeah.
A lot of time down here enjoying myself too with Mexican food.
And Mexican Town's been here for years and years.
Absolutely. We'll go by some of the old landmarks here in Mexican Town. And we'll speak to some time frames of Mexican Town.
Okay.
Just a bunch of restaurants on the left and right. I'm trying to see if we see it in the background. Not yet. I thought we could see the Ambassador Bridge. We haven't come across that yet.
Yeah, we'll get there. Urgent care.
We all need that. Okay. That's a big restaurant, Mexican Village. Roberto Clemente Center on your left-hand side, named after famous baseball player Roberto Clemente.
Yeah.
Mexican Town, unfortunately, was separated by the highway. So you're going to see on your right up here a bridge that tries to, pedestrian bridge that connects Mexican Town over the highway. Rather elaborate bridge for a pedestrian bridge too.
Well, these highways, that's a whole nother subject in urban lore, but these highways have destroyed a lot of communities in Detroit.
Urban renewal was the death of what was called Black Bottom in Detroit, which is one of the big neighborhoods in Detroit for African Americans. And not only in Detroit, but cities around the country, the highway and the part of urban renewal came right through those minority communities.
Screwed up our hometown too.
Yep.
There's highways in Flint. and that urban renewal.
Mm-hmm. Now I think we're still going. Are we still in?
Still in the residential area of Mexican Town or Southwest. I know you were commenting on a certain
Southwest Detroit
architectural feature down here, all these homes.
Well, it's a lot of fences, elaborate fences in this part of the city, as you can see. Pretty known for that. I think that we're going to come up on a landmark pretty soon. There's a church in this area that I thought we were pretty close to. And the other landmark that I was going to talk about was the Ambassador Bridge. The church steeples that we're coming up on, but right down in this area is the Ambassador Bridge. Ambassador Bridge is was privately owned by Mattie Maroon also. Mattie Maroon purchased the bridge for $30 million back in 1979. The bridge is now worth about 1.5 to $2 billion.
Oh my goodness!
It is the largest, the busiest bridge connecting imports and exports between Canada and the U.S. About 25% of the trucking between the two states come across that bridge.
Now here's the other landmark you were talking about.
Yes, I think we're going to see the sign. This church here has been here. I'll let you read it.
1767, I think it said.
Yes, actually, it started with basically the same time the city was incorporated, 1701. And it's the second oldest Roman Catholic parish in the United States. So.
And that Father Richard was the founder?
Yep. Now, I'm trying to remember where we are. Oh, we're back downtown.
Yeah, I think we're headed over to Gratiot.
Yes, going over to the Eastern Market. On our way to the Eastern Market, I think we're going to pass a development where we're one time going to build a new jail in Detroit. As we're going past the old jail on your right-hand side, as a new development is actually ties to the University of Michigan. Correct, Mr. Professor Tarver?
Right on the right-hand side there, it's supposed to be the site for the Detroit Center for Innovation that the University of Michigan is the anchor educational institution for, and it's also it's part of an overall development project, a commercial development project by Dan Gilbert and Stephen Ross. Dan Gilbert, head of Rock Ventures, and Stephen Ross from related companies out of New York.
And the Ross School of Business.
Yep, yeah.
Don't want you to forget that.
Big donor, big U of M donor.
Actually, Dan Gilbert and Stephen Ross both went to Wayne State Law School also.
Yeah, it's interesting, huh?
I think several years apart though.
Yeah, a few.
All right, we're getting ready to turn into Eastern Market. Eastern Market is the home of the outdoor market, major outdoor market in the city of Detroit. This place is usually bustling with people on Saturday, weekend, people getting fresh fruits, vegetables, and also the butcher shops down here. They've now also developed into a major development for boutique shops and startup businesses. And in particular, one of the startup businesses and one of the things that's done down here is artists. It's a great place for artists.
This is really weird because, you know, it's Saturday, and normally on a Saturday, this place is just overrun with people. And it's almost like a ghost town.
No, actually, I think we came in on Friday.
Was it Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Well, still should be more people here.
Yeah. Nope. I agree. But one of the things you also see down in Eastern Market, that the sides of the buildings have huge murals on them, and they have actually a contest, and artists come in and they judge and put up 15 to 20 pieces of art on the buildings down here. So it's very colorful.
Yeah, a lot of nice murals.
Yes.
Got a big cucumber on the left and tomato, a lot of vegetables on that building.
Also, Red Bull is one of the cities that Red Bull came in and did like an incubator for artists also down here. So like I said, it's a very artsy part of town. A lot of, as I call, quote unquote, incubators for artists are down in this part of town. And there's some good restaurants down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just going by some of the artwork you can see on your right-hand side.
Now these are all like food warehouses, things like that. All these big buildings.
Warehouses, distribution centers, and as I told you, kind of interspersed between them, you'll see restaurants, and you will see clothing boutique shops and other retail types of shops in this area.
Yeah.
And it's a big hub on the weekends, as you said.
Seems like there's been, you know, a lot of new development within Eastern Market too within the last few years.
Eastern Market has 6 sheds. The sheds have been redone, so there's been quite a development to redo the whole Eastern Market area. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to stop by one of the sheds, and there's a plaque on it talking about when it was started, and as you can see, the place has been maintained, and they have a big, and I come down for this every year, big flower sale, kind of get the spring kicked off every year. I think you're getting ready to stop at one of the sheds here.
Yep. We passed by one of my favorite. Oh, there we go. There we go. We passed by one of my favorite spots, Bert's.
Yes.
You do the karaoke and all that stuff. And kind of a landmark at Eastern Market.
Mm-hmm. Both for music and food.
Yeah. So now we're headed back up Woodward. I think our next stop, we're going to go over to that other totally enclosed city that you mentioned before, Hamtramck.
Right.
There's the General Motors on the left again. General Motors Towers. Oh, there's U-M Village on the right.
Oh, that's right, U-M Village.
Yeah. Shout out to Godwin Ihantugay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming into Hamtramck here in a few minutes. We're going to make a stop at the Bangladeshi American Public Affairs Committee. A lot of Bangladeshi immigrants in Hamtramck.
Right, welcome to Bangla Town. I think this is the best kept secret in Michigan. So, you know, we have a huge mix of population, different ethnic community who have been living here for many, many years, and they're still coming. This is a place, a lot of immigrants come first, and they basically build strong among families, and sometimes they move out to other parts of the state. And as entrepreneurship, we feel that this area has an asset, which is a very reliable and skilled workforce that sometimes are not being taken advantage of. So one of the initiative in Banglatown is how we can make our labor asset be available to the rest of the state, and also establish and start businesses here that can flourish and get.
All right, so we were just in Banglatown for a while with our friends there. Now we're in one of the famous neighborhoods in Detroit, ritzy neighborhood, Palmer Woods. What you got to say about that, Reg?
Well, Palmer Woods really reflects a lot of the old Detroit. We had real automotive barons. At one point in time, lived in Palmer Woods. The Fishers, from Fisher Body fame. They had twin mansions in this part of the area. The Archbishop lived here, also in this neighborhood. And this house and the houses in this area, one time plummeted to the point where you could get one of these old mansions for $100,000. Now they're back up to being $1 million homes again, as the city of Detroit has started to recover.
Missed out on that one.
Yeah, so it shows that there's a lot of affluency coming back in the city. People are moving back in the city. Next to Palmer Woods is another neighborhood which we'll go in briefly. We may have gone over there already, Sherwood Forest.
Yeah, we're headed over there next.
Yep, in Sherwood Forest. Similar to Palmer Woods, another affluent neighborhood, but the homes are a little bit smaller and a little bit closer together, but a nice neighborhood. When you talk about Detroit, you talk about some of their ritzier neighborhoods, Palmer Woods and Sherwood Forest appear.
I think this is Sherwood Forest here.
Correct. I wanted to let you guys see that some of the more ritzy neighborhoods, and we'll also show you some of the neighborhoods that are very, very close in distance to these two neighborhoods that are not as fortunate.
Yeah, as the students know, Detroit is 139 square miles, so you have some areas that are really nice, and then you have lots and lots of areas that have really fallen on hard times. And so we're going to see, as you say, kind of both sides of the coin. But before we go over there, we're going to head over to Livernois, which is one of the borders of Sherwood Forest, and take a look at the development that's going on there.
Right. And Livernois used to be known and still is known as the Avenue of Fashion. A lot of retail, a lot of minority-owned businesses in this neck of the woods of Detroit.
Here we are. This is the renewed Avenue of Fashion. Livernois Avenue.
Yep, there used to be an island in the middle of the street. They've knocked out the island and ran down the middle of the street, separator, and now it's become more walkable, and the businesses have been renewed.
Out here at Good Cakes and Bakes, and this is a place that we normally stop on the tour, but unfortunately they're closed for some renovations right now, so we're not able to go in and get some of those goodies that our friend April makes, but we can check out the scene. And out here on the mile, Mr. Barnett, what do you think about the Avenue of Fashion now?
Avenue of Fashion has been improved greatly, widened the street, storefronts have all been updated. As you can see, shakes and bakes, even doing not taking the opportunity to make changes inside. So I think everything's improved. A lot of neighbors taking walks, become much more of a community.
I don't even recognize this place anymore.
No, beautiful.
Jeez, it's nice.
Beautiful.
It's just downright nice.
Yes, it is.
Love to see it.
Okay, so now we're headed to some of those other neighborhoods that you just referred to, Mr. Barnett.
Yes, I think we're headed towards actually not too far from the Avenue of Fashion when you get between University of Detroit and what's the other university I'm thinking of?
Mary Grove.
Thank you, Mary Grove. In this area, they've been doing a lot of redevelopment. We're going to talk to the person about that. We want to just show you a little bit of the area and get a feel for it. You can see a lot of homes have not been remodeled. See a lot of open space where the mayor talk about tearing down homes. Those open spaces are some of the places where there used to be homes. There's been a lot of tear down dilapidated buildings and homes. Detroit was at one point in time at the most single homes and single home owners in the United States. And by the way, this neighborhood is, I would say, less than, by car, less than 10 minutes from the Sherwood Forest and Farmer Woods.
Yeah. And it's clearly in need of some redevelopment, but this is by far not the worst area of Detroit. This is actually on the comeback.
Right. I think we're getting close to stopping and speaking to one of the developers.
There's the Fitzgerald area on the map there. You see Mary Grove College and U of Detroit.
And David Alade, co-founder of Century Partners. To show you guys.
I like that, Reg.
Yes.
So, you know, we can't hear a lot of what David is saying, but basically, David Alade is the CEO of Century Partners Detroit. They're partnered with the city in renovating a lot of houses in this area, and he's standing in front of one of the houses that they're renovating. He's showing us the bike path that's been put in, a lot of the amenities in the neighborhood. He took us around the corner and showed us a park that they did. So basically, you know, they're really trying to bring this neighborhood back and make it an attractive place for young people starting out, for families, and it's right in this area with Mary Grove College and University of Detroit. So it's a district that has some hub institutions that can kind of anchor the area and help it to come back.
As David said, this part of the town is called Fitzgerald. There's another part of town that you hear a lot from the mayor called Brush Park.
Well, this neighborhood has been improving. I've been here 11 years and it's gotten better. And the mayor, he did keep his word. He said he was going to tear houses down, rebuild them, and do all kind of uplifting things, and he has done it. And I'm very proud of our mayor.
How long you been in the neighborhood?
I've been here since, let me see, 2011, January 2011.
Yeah.
And my baby, he's grown up here. He's 10 years old now.
Okay.
And he loves it. It's pretty quiet. We have older neighbors, and they're respectful, and I like it over here. It's getting better.
Where does your son go to school?
Oh, he goes to University Prep.
Oh, okay.
University Science and Math. Yeah, elementary school.
That's cool. That's cool.
But now, because of this virus thing, we online.
Yeah.
Kind of get on my nerves a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, woo.
Are you born and raised Detroit?
I was born in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But I was raised in Detroit.
Okay.
So I'm Motown Philly.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave Detroit for nothing.
All right. Well, I appreciate you giving us a word, and I'm gonna share this with my class.
And thank you. And in my college, I went to Mary Grove College.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
I studied English. I
Right
love
around
English.
the corner.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep. I got out of high school at the age of 16.
Well, I understand that's going to be a school now, a
I
K-12
know.
school now. U of M.
Why? I
U of
wonder
M.
why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a beautiful school.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
In Michigan, all right.
So that lady was just passing by on the street. It wasn't planned. We saw her, and we just stopped her to ask her what she thought of the redevelopment going on in the neighborhood.
Now just traveling through Detroit again. One of the things that you guys have probably been seeing are these kind of small towers, or you see steam coming out of them. Detroit, in the central core part of Detroit, instead of having boilers in every building, they're all connected to a central steam heating. Right now, it's been Detroit since the early 1900s. Originally, it was coal. Then they went to natural gas, and now it's being generated from an incinerator. That garbage is the source.
Mm.
And it heats several big buildings: Fox Theater, Ford Field, and so it connects about 100 different buildings down there. If you were wondering when you saw those steam pipes sticking up.
Wow.
People always ask about that when they travel around Detroit, so I thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're close to the end of our tour, and there's Baker's Keyboard Lounge on the right. One of our Flint neighbors actually owns that place now. Former Flint neighbors, Eric Whitaker. But we're headed back up to 8 Mile Road. We're getting ready to turn right on 8 Mile, which is again the border between Detroit and the suburbs. And we're going to make a left back onto Woodward Avenue and head north. And now we're headed out of the city and back up to the burbs. So this is where our tour began, and this is where it ends. Thanks, Reggie.
Thanks.
Hope the students enjoyed that tour and will take a opportunity to come in and see it for themselves.
Hope you enjoy, guys.
Let's see here. Let me stop that, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop the screen share, and I'm gonna stop the recording.
Yeah, talk too much, man?
No, that was good, man.
All right, sometimes I get talking. I don't want you to.
No, I want it. That's what I wanted.
All right.